So I said at the beginning of this service that we would have a look at what had been going on in the church this week. Sally Ann's message was really challenging, wasn't it? But this week the church has had an opportunity to put some of what she's been saying into practice, as we had a pop-up food bank specifically to help children over half term who would no longer be receiving school meals. And over the course of the week, the church has just been inundated with gifts of food and money to take to these families who didn't have enough. And we're going to see a little film now which just shows and tells you a little bit more about what's been going on this week. So here I'm coming into church, and we'll come and talk to these lovely ladies in a minute. But look what's happened to the church this week. There is food absolutely everywhere. And these are 2 large deliveries that are about to go out this morning. And if we look through the door, we can see Jenny on the right and Sarah on the left, who just arrived to take these parcels out to people in the community who need them. So here we are inside the church, and you'll see in the background all these piles of food. And these 3 lovely ladies have been doing something amazing here this week. So we're just going to find out a little bit more from them. So I'm going to start with Rachel in the middle, because Rachel, this was your idea, so we'll blame you for all this. So what was it that inspired you to start this? Can you tell us a little bit about that?
So in a world where there has been so much uncertainty, what inspired me most was that people were going hungry, children were going hungry. Some other friends were doing a very similar thing over in another church in Early with the Early Help Hub, which kind of inspired me to do something in this community because there wasn't really anything going on. And it's just so important, this message of reaching out if you need help, or offering help if you know that your neighbour is struggling, or even, a friend of a friend, it's just so important. That's been
Thanks, Rachel. So Sarah, how did you get involved then?
So back in January, I set up something called Helping Hand for Shinfield and South Reading. And the idea was to connect people that needed a helping hand with people that were able to help. So it could be school uniforms, toys, furnishings, and actually quite a lot it was food. And so when Rachel had the idea, Sally Ann then connected us up, because we already had a network of people that we'd helped before, that we knew we could speak to and see whether they did need a bit of help this half term. And then obviously a network of givers that were already established as well. And we have just been blown away by the support and love from this community.
It's been enormous. I mean, when I first had the incentive to do it, I was thinking, okay, we might get a few bags, a few boxes of food, and we can give away to maybe 1, 2, 3 families over the half-term period. But as you can see behind us, I mean, the response has just been so heartwarming. It's just blown me away. It's blown Sarah away, it's blown Sally away, and the community has just, I feel like the community in Shinfield and actually the surrounding areas have just come together. People have met people. This is inspiring. Christmas and the weeks that build up to Christmas. It's just so nice to know that people know that there is somewhere to get food from, essentials from, and not even that, a helping hand. If somebody needs something extra, or just someone to listen to them, or it's been so much bigger than I could have ever anticipated.
And I know there have been a couple of things that particularly stand out. Rachel, would you like to tell me one of them?
Okay, so an amazing chap came yesterday called Manu from the community. He came with his family. His eldest son decided that he wanted to donate his birthday money to this cause, and came with the cash and donated, which was just, it definitely brought tears to our eyes. It was, for for an 11-year-old, you know, to come and give their birthday money, which otherwise they may have spent on a computer game, or I don't know, to give it to a charity like this. It's been yeah.
That's great. And Sarah, I know there's another group that stick in your mind.
Yes. So the Shinfield Trail Runners had organised a fundraiser to raise money to pay for their Run Leader Awards, but they contacted us and just said, actually, we'd rather just give it to the food bank. So they spent a phenomenal £200 on bits and pieces for the packages. So thank you so much. That really meant a world, and really kind of, it's inspired us and given us such a boost.
Lovely. So Sally Ann, what's the church's involvement been in all this?
Gosh, so yes, I'm Sally Ann. I'm the Associate Pastor at Shinfield Baptist Church. And back in March, when the pandemic started, we started a pop-up food bank. And we joined together with Helping Hand, and over the sort of following few months have supported a number of families through this. And Rachel was one of our volunteer drivers, which is how we knew each other. And so when she got in touch with Sarah and I on Friday, we kind of all came together, as it were, and have been working on this over the last few days. It's just incredible. Already up to this point, we're sort of 10, 11 o'clock on Wednesday morning, we've had 18 requests for food parcels. So that's 18 households who today have food in their fridge and have food in their store cupboard, and lots of little goodies and snacks and extra things that people have kindly donated as well. So we reckon that's about 150, 60, 70 bags of shopping, possibly over £1,000 worth of donations. It is absolutely incredible. And I can't say enough, just like the others have said, that if there is somebody that you know who would really like a half-term package, as we're calling them, get in touch, let us know. The people that we've been in contact with have shared how embarrassed they feel to ask, but the community really wants to help them. So do get in touch and we will get a package down to you.
And I know I'm seeing people coming in and out of the door in the background. So how is this food actually getting out to these people who need it? Who's been doing the deliveries?
So we've got a group of volunteers, many of whom, as it happens, are from the church, but there's also people from the local community as well. And they come at an agreed time where we kind of connected up times where we can deliver the packages. And yeah, they then go and deliver them onto doorsteps, obviously all socially distanced and all that. And the people, the households that are getting them are so grateful. They told us they've been in tears, deeply moved, not just by the practical help of the food itself, but actually the kindness that is behind it. They've been so deeply touched by it.
Well, ladies, on behalf of the church, thank you very much for everything that you've done this week, and keep up the good work.